If a stranger giving you a ride ever asks, "Does anyone know where you are tonight?" Oh, don't answer. Because when I heard that question, I realized I might not live to see morning. I was 19, college kid, summer heat rolling over Boston, like a blanket you couldn't shake off. Back then, late 70s, hitchhiking wasn't taboo. You stuck out your thumb, and most times some regular guy would pull over. That day, I was standing on I-95 with my backpack, shirt damp with sweat. Every semi that blasted by whipped hot air against my face, stinging with grit. Then a green Buick slowed down, brake lights glowing in the haze. Window rolled down. A man leaned over balding, reddish hair clinging to his scalp. Friendly smile. Need a lift? I didn't hesitate. Grabbed my backpack and got in. Inside smelled like old cigarettes and cheap pine air freshener. The vinyl seat squeaked as I settled in. He introduced himself as Red, said he was headed west, plenty of room, small talk at first. Asked if I was in college, what I studied. I told him journalism. He chuckled. Long roads get lonely. Nice to have company. Nothing seemed off, but then his questions got sharper. You live alone? Your parents close by? Anybody expecting you tonight? At the time, I thought he was just nosy. In hindsight, he was measuring how invisible I was. My stomach tightened, but I brushed it off. Just a regular guy giving me a ride. The longer we drove, the quieter it got. His voice faded. Only the hum of tires on asphalt. I noticed his hands gripping the wheel tighter, knuckles pale. His eyes staring too long, not blinking much. Then, out of nowhere, "You ever think about dying young?" I froze, tried to laugh it off. Nah, not really. My chest was pounding. I forced a smile, casually mentioned I had a girlfriend waiting, total lie, but I needed him to think someone cared where I was. He didn't answer, just glanced at me. Long, slow, blank. Then nodded. A small, strange smile flickered on his lips. That silence was worse than the question. We drove another half hour, sun slipping lower, shadows stretching across the road. Then Red suddenly veered onto an exit ramp. I looked around. No gas stations, no diners, just trees, miles of thick, darkening woods. Every nerve in my body screamed, "Hey, you can let me out here. I'm close enough." He didn't slow down. The car kept rolling deeper into the trees. My hand slid to the door handle, palm slick with sweat. "Seriously, this is good. I'll hop out." Finally, after forever. The Buick slowed. Gravel crunched as he pulled over. I yanked the handle, swung the door open before the car stopped. My legs shook as I stepped out. "Thanks for the ride." He stared at me one last moment, unreadable. Then the Buick roared off, taillights vanishing into the dark woods. I stood there on that empty road, knees trembling, heart hammering like it was trying to break through my ribs. For the first time that night, I realized how close I'd come to disappearing without a trace. Days later, I was back home, across the kitchen table. Headline: Serial killer confesses to murders of hitchhiker. The mugshot stared back at me. Same reddish hair, same hollow eyes, same green Buick. Robert Frederick Carr III. He had murdered young hitchhikers, kids like me, across state lines. He later admitted he had more victims than anyone knew, and I had sat inches away from him. I've thought about that night for decades, the way his questions sliced through me, the suffocating silence, the exit into those woods, and I've thought about the others, those who didn't get out. Now, whenever someone tells me, "Don't judge strangers too harshly," I remember that ride, because here's the truth. Kindness is good, but survival is better. So if your gut screams at you, listen. Don't ignore it, because the wrong stranger can be the last mistake you ever make.